Ever seen Family Guy and wondered, what would it be like if that was live action? We're here today at Brennan Theaters watching Million Ways to Die in the West. This movie stars Seth MacFarlane, who directed it, produced it, wrote it, he's in it. And let's just say, if you've ever watched Family Guy, then you're gonna appreciate every bit of the humor. Seth MacFarlane has his own style of humor where he'll take what's real and he just says the truth on it. There's like no holding back, there's no like tiptoeing around it. Like the Wild West, he's like, it's a place and there's a million ways that you can die in, and that was funny. So much humor in this movie. There's a couple of things in the previews that weren't in the movie, so I'm thinking maybe there's gonna be like an extended cut or an unrated, uncut version when it hits the shelves to purchase for home viewing. You've got Liam Neeson, who's the bad guy, and Liam Neeson's just badass. You got Charlize Theron, the hot, amazing damsel in distress, but not really. You got Seth MacFarlane, Neil Patrick Harris, which, by the way, does take stuff from How I Met Your Mother and uses it for his character now, and so I appreciate that. You almost think of it when you see Westerns, you're like, they didn't cuss. We don't know that, but with this one, they just cuss. It's like a modern Blazing Saddles, which was probably the funniest Mel Brooks movie I've ever seen. I know he's got others, but that one to me is, oh my God, funny, amazing funny. And this movie is funny. There's a lot of Family Guy stuff, and there's cameos. So many cameos, whether it be the actual actor or just their voice. There's so many in here, like they say, keep an eye out for it, because you'll miss if you're not paying attention. Other than that, I'm gonna give this movie a strong 9. It's funny, it's like a no thinker, but at the same time, if you enjoy Seth MacFarlane's work, you're gonna love it. The reason for the 9, like I said, there's a couple scenes in the previews that weren't in the movie, which I wanted to see because they looked really funny and they weren't. But other than that, yeah, I'd go watch it again. Take my mom to see it, she'll probably like it too. And let's see what the other Westerners had to say about Million Ways to Die in the West. Seth MacFarlane, comedy. Do you like his comedy? How is his comedy?
Seth MacFarlane is hilarious. That's just how it is. Seth MacFarlane's funny. America, if you don't like him, you're stupid. The only thing that I could say about this is that sometimes I just feel like he tries too hard, but other than that, like, the comedy's there. I feel like he tries way too hard, like, with his lines, like way he delivers, like, oh, that went south so bad. Like, why'd you yell that line? Like, if he, whoa. But, like, that would have been hilarious, like a normal thing. Sometimes he just goes over the top.
Honestly, it's impressive. I didn't know that he directed it, did all of that, so
Yep.
That's good on you.
That's great. I mean, it's live action Family Guy. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you can actually see exactly how much a Family Guy is Seth MacFarlane. Pretty much all of it, because his humor, it's him. It's him as a person. And when he's acting in these parts and he's doing his rants, you see it.
I'm a huge fan of Family Guy, so I pretty much relate to this movie really well.
I like his answers.
Yeah,
I like to the point. And then Seth MacFarlane actually being in a main role, directing, acting like all at the same time. How is that for you?
Definitely not bad. I've expected like big things from him. You could tell that like he didn't definitely do a character. He just did Seth MacFarlane dressed up as a cowboy and then just had a setting put around it. By no means is he like a phenomenal actor. He can act. Trust me, I've seen way worse. I think hands down like the funniest dude in this. Sleeper, Neil Patrick Harris. He wrote it, and because he had to worry about directing and because he had to worry about producing it, he had just a lot on his plate. But other than that, I mean, he did fine. He knew his lines. I mean, his rants, his spits were good, so no complaints there.
I think it's great. I think he has the charisma to do it. He has the baby face to be likable, and his delivery is fantastic. As long as he's talking about something that's cynical, he's great, fantastic, and believable. So I thought he was good in this part. It was almost written for him. Well, it actually was written for him since he wrote it for himself.
So you enjoy seeing Seth?
Yes, I do.
He's a good actor?
Yeah, he is.
You want to come to your birthday party? You'd have a shit
Maybe.
ton of time. All right. And then the cameos. There is a fuck ton of cameos in this. How were those for you in this movie?
I didn't know that there were going to be so many cameos. I mean, I saw the previews, the trailers, I saw all that stuff, so I knew that there was going to be a plethora of people in this. But then when I just saw, like, it just caught you off guard. I'm not going to name drop, but like there's so many ones that were just kind of like out of nowhere, and they're like really small, so you kind of have to look for them. I dare you to find Ewan McGregor. I dare you to find that guy. He's in there, but find him. I mean, it was really, really cool. There were a couple that like caught me off guard. Like I said, there were a couple that were just like, I knew he was going to be in this. It was just a matter of when.
And then the cameos, being that there was so many random cameos, did you enjoy that, like that, waste
Oh,
of
I
time?
loved it. They chose like the perfect people for them. It's hard to like tell who they are, but it was good. I liked it.
But you expect it, because all of his shows are the same way. You always get some voice actor coming in for just like one line, or even the live action stuff, where you'll have an actor there just literally for like 20 seconds. That's basically what this movie did. It's how many can you spot?
I love the cameos, the actors he got in the movie. There's like you said, huge treasure treasure trove of actors that they got. And I loved every moment.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it and why?
I'll give it an 8 because, like I said, there was just times where I just felt like it was just a little over the top. It was a little much, and then just as far as balancing the today humor with the old school kind of setting that it was supposed to be in, you know, that could be hit and miss. That could be either really, really good or really, really bad. I think he kept it on an even keel, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8 as far as that goes.
I'm going to give it a 7 because, like I said, it was kind of predictable, but the overall kind of keeping it modern, but also like incorporating, you know, what it was like back in the West and all that. That was cool. I like that.
I would give it a 9 because it pretty much what I would love from Seth MacFarlane. You know, Family Guy, and what would be considered his reinterpretation of pretty much Blazing Saddles.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so already. Like this video, favorite it, share it. What is your favorite Family Guy moment? Million Ways to Die in the West is basically Family Guy in the West. Next week is Edge of Tomorrow. Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. Is it gonna be awesome or another Oblivion disaster? Find out next time. And as always, letting you know before you go, at Brendan Theaters.